Hey guys, this is Camila, and today we're going to spend some time in one of my favorite places reality. A while back, I did something that I think we've all done a few too many times. I reached for my phone, opened up a social media app, and I proceeded to lose 90 minutes of my life. Honestly, an hour and a half goes by, and all I do is stare, scroll, and occasionally double tap. What was so compelling that it justified 1/3 of my afternoon? I'll tell you. It was toddlers on trampolines, a lot of lip syncing, and a dog sailing across a swimming pool on a surfboard. It has become a universal experience for all of us. Not the surfing dog part, the social media part. Look, I'm with you. We've all been there. You finally put down your phone, and it's like you're coming out of a trance. You look around all disoriented, wondering how a chunk of your day just disappeared. We need a word for that, by the way. The experience of losing a block of time on social media. Can we get that going? Maybe like a black scroll, because it's a black hole where you scroll. Okay, we'll think of something better. Look, social media is one of those temptations that's very understandable. It feels good to connect with people. It's validating to put a piece of content out there and have people like it. I'm into photo dumps myself nowadays. And there's sort of a fascination with peering into other people's lives and seeing what they're up to. Plus, hey, dogs on surfboards. Chef's kiss. But we pick up that phone at our own peril. There's a downside to social media if we don't create a healthy relationship with it. Think of your phone as a portal into an alternate reality. It seems fun at first. Everyone is dancing and goofing around, and the lighting is incredible. But as you spend more time there, you start to see a darker side. It brings up feelings of envy and comparison. Like there's something wrong with your life because, hey, you're not as happy and successful as everyone else seems to be. Or maybe it becomes a source of anger because of all the headlines reminding you of the stupidity and injustice in the world. And no matter what it does to your emotional state, social media is a place where time can just slip away. What I'm realizing is, you need to have some boundaries. Otherwise, it can consume far too much of your life. That's where mindfulness becomes so important. In meditation practice, you're observing your thoughts, emotions, and sensations, and learning how to create some distance from them. If you look for it, there's a little gap in between a thought and your reaction to it, an emotion and your reaction to it, an impulse and your reaction to it. Within that gap, there's an opportunity to pause and decide how you want to respond. So when you feel that urge to pull out your phone and jump on social media, you don't need to act on it. Next time that happens to you, which I'm assuming will be like 14 seconds from now, and for me too, here's something you can try. Instead of automatically pulling out your phone, just pause and sit with that feeling. Allow yourself to experience that impulse and the discomfort of not acting on it. You can even get curious about it, like you're a researcher who's studying the effects of social media. You can be like, okay, I'm feeling an urge to jump on TikTok. Isn't it interesting how there's almost this electrical pulse going from my brain to my hand, and I'm mindlessly reaching for my phone? And wow, this is fascinating. Here I am in the gap between impulse and action. And even with that awareness, it feels almost impossible to resist. This is the same thing that I go through with cookies and ice cream. Viktor Frankl shared some really powerful wisdom about this. He said, "Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space lies our freedom and power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and freedom." A few years ago, I didn't even know there was a gap between stimulus and response. It was all one big swirling tornado. I would think about pulling out my phone, and boom, I'm all over Instagram, like a cyborg sent from the future to locate the perfect Game of Thrones meme. But I've been working on it. I'm starting to spend more time in the gap, the sweet, sweet, peaceful gap. And as I focus on this more and more, the gap gets wider. First, it's as narrow as a closet. With some work, it's a backyard. And then a field. And before long, it's the state of Nebraska. Nebraska being one of the wider states. Listen, I'm not saying social media is evil. We're social creatures, so whatever helps us connect has an upside. And it's fun to entertain each other. I got no problem with people who dress up in Princess Leia cosplay costumes and do parkour to death metal music. Some of my best friends are into cosplay death metal parkour. I'm just saying, there is a balance to be had. When I really think about how I use social media, a lot of it is wasted time I'll never get back and wasted negative emotions. Personally, I'd rather pass the afternoon in the real world doing real things. Hanging out with my family, making music, and being present. And if I want to watch a surfing dog, I've got a talented dog of my own, thank you very much. Shout out to Tarzan, your mama loves you. Look, I'm not saying I got this all figured out. I still use social media. What can I say? I love to express myself and stay connected. And sometimes I struggle with it, but I'm starting to practice better boundaries. I'm learning to protect my time and my peace. Ah, I got it. Tap trance. Like tap dance, but trance. Because you get lost in a trance where you tap. Anyway, this is your friend Camila. You can follow me on Instagram at... No, just kidding. I would never do that. That would be super hypocritical. Let's try that again. This is Camila, wishing you growth and freedom and a trip to Nebraska. Be mindful. Build a few boundaries and protect your peace. Step into that gap and hang out for a while.